Hey, happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving morning and my YouTube channel is thriving. It's really fun. And one of the things that happens is every Thanksgiving people start Googling how to make stovetop. And I have a video with, I don't know, 100,000 views. Stovetop stuffing is delicious. I've never had any homemade stuffing that even comes close to the balance of spices and the flavor. And it's so easy to make, and it comes out right every time. It says use 4 tablespoons of butter. More than that probably. And what they want to know is how to make stovetop. And then 25% of the comments are, what are you talking about? Stovetop. It's not hard to make. The instructions are on the box. They are, but a lot of people are under a lot of pressure to make a good Thanksgiving dinner. So they can't screw it up by mismaking the stovetop. And let me show you something. Stovetop is delicious. I'll put the link to my stovetop video there. There's 2 controversies. One is the instructions are on the box. The second is they are not on the packet. And these are sold in singles, 1 in a box, or doubles, 2 in a packet of stovetop. So what happens? They use one of the packets, they see that the box is too big, they think, alright, well, I'll just put this stovetop packet back in the cupboard for next time, and then I'll recycle the box. But the problem is, they're also throwing away the instructions. So that's why my video gets hits. And the third reason is really weird. Dave Chappelle has a joke he does that talks about stovetop stuffing. How he's playing at his white friend's house when he was a little kid. And the mom says, hey, it's almost dinner time. You want to stay for dinner, Dave? And he says, no, I got to get home. Because he doesn't like white people food. And then she says, but we're having stovetop. And that was a game changer because Dave had seen that commercial for stovetop and thought it was wonderful, and he always wanted to try some. So he says, well, let me make a call and see if I can stay for dinner. And so he calls his mom. She says, sure. Comes back, and then the white mom says, oh, I'm sorry, I just found out we don't have enough stovetop for you to stay for dinner. So he was mad about it. Anyway, so all of a sudden, on my YouTube channel, in the comment section, about a year ago, year and a half, I get a comment that says, Dave Chappelle brought me here. And so I Googled Dave Chappelle, stovetop, boom, there it was. It's not anymore. I think stovetop must have got on his case, or copyright claims, I don't know, doesn't matter. I told you the joke, but not the punchline, because it was too dirty, and this channel is grandkid friendly. So I'm going over to Mom and Dad's today, meeting my siblings, and we're going to have turkey. And we're going to have stovetop, and they're going to make it. I'll refer you to that video. But I've got a turkey, how to cook a frozen turkey video from 2012. It's 2019, and so I was a younger man. I was in a different kitchen, different circumstances. My life is greatly improved, and I love it. But that was one of the videos from my first attempt at making a cooking video, and it's not that great, but the link will be right there. You can check it out if you like. I've got a lot fewer wrinkles. I don't know if I'm heavier. Yeah, I think I am now. And I've got the beard and the hair, which I got bundled up because it's not fun to get a piece of hair in something you're eating, so I don't want to make my guests sad about that. I'm going to set you up over here because I'm going to pull out the turkey that I cooked all night last night at 250 degrees. It's going to be delicious. We need a platter. Probably need 2. I think this is a 22-pound turkey. Just huge. I haven't cooked this one this big in many years. Alright, we're going to grab them. Or her. You see, I put the cutting board up and the towel underneath it. Keeps it from slipping, but it also keeps everything from dripping on the floor once you start cutting. Can you see me? No. Zoom in on the turkey. Now I was disappointed when I looked at my how to carve a turkey video from 6 years ago because I was mumbling. You couldn't hear what I was saying. I washed my hands, dyed up my hair. Look at this, some of it. Once it's cooled, and this cooled in the oven, you can see it's cooked to where it's falling off the bone. That's how I like it. What I like to do is get the legs out of the way. So you make the cut between the drumstick and the breast. There's a ball and socket joint right down here. Maybe, yeah, there it is right there. So you're going to come on this side of that ball and socket and sever everything that's cut over here. And now you got a nice big slab, which I can further disassemble by cutting through this joint right here. And you want to do that, I'll do that later when you can see it, rather than adjust the camera with turkey hands. Alright, so we've gotten that ball joint out of the way, and now we've got the breast meat. And underneath here you've got that packet of giblets I never use. And it goes. And you can see the breast meat is a giant, beautiful chunk. And the cartilage that runs between the two breasts is right there. So I'm going to cut on this side of the cartilage first. Just make a little cut. And then it starts to separate the turkey breast off of the carcass. It's beautiful. I have the advantage of working on a turkey that's warm, not hot, so I can touch it with my clean washed hands. And it separates in a big chunk. Put that there when we have a free cutting board. We'll get after that. Oh, beautiful. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of meat left because it's Thanksgiving and you must have delicious leftovers, I would say. Alright. I'm going down the other side of this cartilage. You can see I'm separating the leg and the thigh, putting them on the giant pile of awesomeness. Wiggling this thing around. No matter what I have to do, I will get it in position where I can separate it from the carcass. If you've got a hot turkey, use a fork or a pair of tongs to do this type of stuff because you don't want to burn your hands. There's another giant chunk, and now we're ready to put this to the side and use this beautiful cutting board. I'm not going to throw all that out, I'll probably make turkey soup. But I'm glad the weather has cooled because I can put it out on the back porch and it stays refrigerated in Michigan this time of year, most of the time. Alright, now I'm going to take this, and there's a grain to the turkey meat. And it goes this way, and so I'm going to cut across that grain because it makes the turkey easier to eat. It's more tender and it doesn't seem as tough. It's not going to slice up into strands while your guests are eating it. So this is how I like to cut the white meat. The turkey breasts get cut like this in about a ½ inch slabs, and that is good turkey. And that's a Butterball. I haven't cooked one of these in many years, but a Butterball gets injected with some kind of butter. Maybe it's real butter, probably. This is why you want a sharp knife, so that as you go through it, you're not breaking up those strands and then the pieces fall apart. That's why you saw me sharpening my knife earlier. It's my favorite. Since I misplaced flash. for presentation. That's exciting. Now, this thigh right here and this leg we want to separate. There's a bone right there, another ball and socket joint. So it pops loose. Come on, where are you? Oh, jeez. Right there. So that's real nice for the people that like dark meat. If it's cooked this much, then you can get the bone to separate, which is great. And then there's no logical way to cut this pile of mush, delicious turkey. Alright? So some of the pieces you could just put there. If you cut it into tiny pieces, you're going to have your guests aren't going to be able to serve themselves very well when it comes to the turkey, because the dark meat, you'd have to grab it 15 times to get the tiny portions. That's good. That's enough to go to Mom and Dad's. And the other stays here because we got two different celebrations this year. One at Mom and Dad's so they can get back in bed. So that starts early at 11 o'clock. While I'm washing my hands, I will post a picture very recently of me and my mother, who's 90 and 89 pounds. So hopefully she'll have a good turkey meal today. She's not in any pain, but she is slowly losing weight and fading from the firebrand she was to the beautiful, delicate, sweet old lady she is. And I love her. We're going to have a great Thanksgiving. And we're going to have leftovers. And I'm going to make bobbies. It's all going to be good. I'm very grateful. Here's what I'm grateful for. My wonderful community of people that comment and say nice things, and I say nice things back, and that's a rarity in this world, and especially on YouTube, and I'm grateful for every one of you. That video of me cooking a frozen turkey on Thanksgiving in 2012, that was like one of my first videos, so you can see it's all choppy, I'm mumbling, blah blah blah. I'm happy to say I got better at this over the years. To the cook. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. And so check it out. Learn how to cook a frozen turkey. And I wanted to say that we've got over 6,000 subscribers now. Back then I had maybe 5, and over all these years it's gotten a total of 200 views. So it's a trip down memory lane. I was clean shaven. No, I'm not. I think I spent too much time in the wild, and that's why I just thought I'm gonna grow my hair. Plus, most of my relatives that are male are balding or bald, and so you can see I have no bald spot, not a bit, not one. And so I grew the long hair because we all needed to know if a Conlin could do it, and I was able to. Anyway, I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, and I'll be on the comment sections this weekend looking for you, and I try to answer every comment because you're all so sweet. And if I get trolls, that's alright. I'll wish them happy Thanksgiving anyway.